Alright, so when we last met our heroes, Chief Ballas had sent Sir Barrett, the instructor from the Xandar Castle who taught the Thrall Stay, had sent him to the Vishnin Shire to meet up with Palyus, a professor who teaches philosophy and is a retired warrior of sorts. He has a wife named Sarah and a son named Achilles, who is about to begin his journey into manhood. The village of Vishnin Shire is led by another halfling named John Milton, who is also a philosopher. The one thing we learned about the Vishnin Shire last time is that is it any male, or is it men and female that have to serve the 4 years in the guard?
It's both males and females. Kind of Spartan in that respect.
Okay. John Milton, the leader of the Vishnin Shire, had actually approached you, being as a very respected person in the community, as well as a very capable in the guard, and informed you that one of your neighbors, Artius, he's a forger, had actually ventured out near the Ridge of the Wilds, and he had actually found a relic that Sir Valence of the Xandar capital had actually paid him handsomely for. So he ended up going back out there on his own to try to find more, and that's when he never returned. He asked you to go out in search of Artius and to escort Professor Barrett, Sir Barrett, rather, to help him find those same ruins for his Thrall Stay research. While you guys were on your way there, you did discover the cart, Artius's cart in the woods that had been attacked by some creatures. And when you had gotten closer to investigate, each one of you was separately strung up into a tree and had tripped a trap that left you suspended 25 feet in the air.
No bueno.
Yeah, no bueno indeed.
No bueno indeed.
Sir Barrett was able to cut himself loose and then was able to free Palyus. From there, you guys discovered that it was actually orcs that had trapped you. But you guys were both nimble enough to hide up in the trees. And when the orcs came, you jumped down and slayed them like a pack of rabid dogs.
Gee.
You then continued, and just as you were about to enter this cave where it was said Artius had discovered the relic, you heard a noise behind you. And turning, you saw a young halfling boy who you recognized as your son, and had followed you out.
Crazy kid.
Yeah, fearing that there were more orcs in the woods, you decided to take him with you, and you ventured into the cave. Deeper and deeper into the cave, using climbing gear to drop down the first way, navigating underwater, where Sir Barrett lost consciousness and was dragged through the water.
Had to save your dog, too.
Mac and Barrett were both forced to be resuscitated and given mouth-to-mouth because they had both drowned.
Maybe I want to do that on purpose.
It's possible that you make bad decisions, it is. You then went into the next room, which was a treasure room of sorts. Had a large ring of water around this island in the middle. And when Barrett had approached it, since Palyus and Achilles were smart enough not to go, Barrett went on his own, opened the chest, and was thrown into it by a large snake-like monster. At which point, when he was in the chest, magic had covered his body, devouring into his skin, and he sprouted wings, withered wings, that he used to immediately fly away from the creature, and the four of you, including Mac, escaped the caves, while eluding the snake who did not pursue you beyond the entrance of the cave. And that is where we last left our heroes. You guys had just reached outside of this cave. You are still in the woods of the wild, and Palyus, your companion Barrett, now has wings on his back that are thin, skeletal, slightly meaty, but disgusting little wings.
That's
Be
awesome.
nice.
No, I'm just saying that they're kind of rotting looking.
Be nice. They're my rotting wings. Jesus.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
Yeah, if they're magical, she can fly or he can fly wherever he wants. So I suggest that Barrett fly up high into the sky, do a little recon, see if there are any enemies nearby.
Can I fly with him? Says Achilles.
That's up to Barrett.
Barrett, can I fly with you?
Absolutely.
Yeah!
Don't drop my son.
Hope you're a good catch.
Yeah. I know you only got 3 fingers on one hand. You better grip tight.
He stands in front of you and puts his arms out so this way you could lift him easily.
I'm gonna lift him easily.
And you're just flying straight up and coming down?
Yep, I'm gonna do some flips and aerial maneuvers.
Alright, you can roll for acrobatics since you want to get all fancy.
Sure. That's gonna be a 20.
Alright, so you're doing your little flips. You feel like you have a fairly good enough grip on him. He's having a blast. You hear him giggling and laughing. Down on the ground, you hear Achilles having a great time. This is probably some of the greatest laughing you've heard him do. It reminded you of what it was like for him to be a child, since you've been training him to be a man.
Oh.
Would you also like to make a perception check?
Sure. I got a 15.
Wow, you must be trained in the discipline.
I trained a whole lot of shit. I rolled a 2. And still got a high roll.
Okay.
Well done.
Oh yeah.
While you're up here, you are a fairly close distance. Again, it only was a couple of hours, a few hours to get to the Vishnin Shire from here. In the distance, you can actually see past the trees, and you can see the Vishnin Shire, which you see a convoy of carts or wagons actually going into the Vishnin Shire.
Are they wagons that are normally in the Vishnin Shire?
You're not really too familiar with the Vishnin Shire. If you'd like, you can roll streetwise just to see what you do know.
I could just ask the kid. Does those things look like they belong there?
Ask him if he recognizes the colors on the banners on the wagons.
He was not even paying attention when you were up there. Are you going to fly him
True.
back up?
No, I'm gonna put him down. I'm gonna pick up Josh's character and bring him up. Just randomly, just like plop Achilles down and like just whoop.
Okay, for this it's going to be an athletics to jump and to hold him, not like you just throw him into the air.
Actually, I have a move that lets me do. You know what? I'll just do the check. It's 15.
You're trained in athletics as
I
well?
am. I made this character so that you couldn't fuck me.
I could still fuck you. And I'm just challenging you. You drop down, you pick him up, and you do feel like he is significantly heavier than Achilles. For obvious reasons. He's a grown adult halfling.
Nah, bro.
He is heavier.
No,
you are able to lift him, but you do feel like it was fairly difficult. So just as knowledge for next time, if you do try to fly with him on a whim, it's not that easy.
That's good to know. Thanks.
Yeah, well,
Thanks, DM.
I'm teaching you things.
Thanks, DM.
Sorry, I'm such a fat ass.
When you are flown,
Do you smell that?
When you are flown up to the top, you
What?
see these convoys of wagons, and I would like for you to make a perception check, just to see if you are even able to see it, because it is a little ways away. For the eye.
You know, I didn't realize you were recording it till just now. I'm gonna sound ridiculous. I sound like an idiot with like ADD.
Sometimes. But that's what love is.
I got a 14.
14. It is a fairly considerable distance away. I'm going to say that you can't really make out the symbols, but you know that this is unusual to have this many convoyed wagons coming in at the same time.
I'm going to assist with his looking, because I have better eyes.
Okay. That is pretty good.
I got a 13 and
bright baby blues.
13 and a 16, that's 29.
Okay.
Oh, they're the bluest of the blue of the ocean.
You are able to count 6 carts, covered wagons rather, being pulled by horses, black horses, and you see that they are flying a white banner, but you can't make out the symbol within it.
I'm gonna tell that to Josh. What's Josh's character's name?
Palyus.
Alias.
His son Achilles?
I know Achilles. That's something that's in my language.
Okay.
Palyus is not.
Few people know of the father of Achilles.
I know now.
Palyus,
Thanks, Josh.
I'm gonna say that you wouldn't have been able to recognize the symbol anyway. So even when Barrett describes it to you, it doesn't really ring a bell. You can roll. Did you roll for Streetwise?
I'll roll whatever you want me to, baby.
Roll for Streetwise, please. You have never exactly
Crit.
seen this symbol in real life before, but you have seen
Oh,
it
tell me.
while walking past an article that somebody was reading in the paper maybe a few years ago. And it just clicked just now from this distance view from miles away. She crit, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But you remember years ago walking past somebody while you were sipping your coffee, and
My espresso.
somebody was reading this paper, and it was about gangs that are in the city of Looming Shadow. And you recognize this symbol as belonging to one of the gangs, but you don't remember the name of which gang.
I'm gonna tell this to Palyus.
Who knows that no gangs typically traffic through Vishnin Shire?
Yeah, this is all bad.
Let's kick some shit. Pick it up.
We got, what was it, 6 carts?
I'm gonna start flying.
6 covered wagons.
I'm gonna start flying towards the Vishnin Shire.
Okay, you're leaving Achilles and Mac behind?
And then I realized I was leaving Achilles and Mac behind, so I go back down. Because Barrett is forgetful.
So you,
Alright,
you
so we gotta have a little powwow. 6 covered carts, who knows what the hell's in these carts?
Can I fly again? That was so great.
We gotta kill
not just
people.
yet. We gotta talk, kid.
I don't want to kill anybody. I mean, I just want to fly. Why are we killing?
He
Well,
just
that
wants to
makes you
fly. He just wants
You
to
want
fly.
to take him up, Barrett, if you want.
I thought we were having a talk. I thought we were having a talk, and now we're not having a talk, and I don't understand what's going on. We having a talk? We don't having a talk.
You said about a powwow?
What is this powwow? I don't know. Achilles, I don't know what's going on.
I
I
don't
want
know.
to take you up, and your dad want to have
No,
a
let's go.
powwow.
Let's go up.
Whoosh, into the sky they go.
And then they come back down because she has to land at the end of each movement. Otherwise, she falls.
Actually, I don't take fall damage anymore.
I don't know how true that is.
I took a feat.
Let me see it. You will take fall damage. It may be reduced.
No fall damage.
I doubt. So if you fell off like a 17-story building,
No damage.
no,
No, it's called like graceful.
you're gonna have to show me in writing.
I'm going to as soon as I fucking find it.
And Achilles still will take fall damage. While you're looking for that,
I can't find it. I took it. I don't know where it went.
you guys have been gone for a little bit of time now. What I would like for you to do, Palyus, is to please roll endurance for me.
I don't know where it went. I can teleport my speed. That's pretty cool.
Whoa.
My speed's fucking 7.
31.
That is very, very good. Very good. Okay. Normally you would have expected to have eaten lunch or something by now, or maybe to even have taken a nap. You feel awesome. Maybe this was exactly what you needed, this adventure versus the professor life. I don't know. Whatever it is, you feel very alive.
Oh.
Like you could do this all day.
Oh, I could.
So you don't have a feat like that?
I thought I took the feat. I guess I did not.
Hmm.
So are we gonna attack these, should we go up and try and, talk to these people? You said they're bandits, right?
Yes, sir.
Ah, bandits are not
Oh, sorry. They're
usually...
not bandits. She doesn't really know. Bless you.
Thank
She
you.
doesn't know the name of the gang. There
Thank
are
you.
a lot of gangs. Not all of them.
So we might be able to sweet talk our way into this gang.
You want to join the gang?
Well, maybe it would be nice to have some numbers, but at the same time, I don't want this gang to just... How... I feel like the Vishnin Shire is a peace-loving community that is full of warriors. There's not I don't know if there's like battlements around the town or whatever.
You would know that there is a buildup of guards, but they are, like 15 to 19-year-olds. They're not real. They're trained for basics, but in terms of real combat, they have probably never seen it in their life.
Not good.
You know that most of the gangs in the city of Looming Shadow are more so about some kind of goods. Some of them traffic drugs, some of them just loot places and then sell it. Most of it, you could guess, is probably not the best thing to have traveling through the Vishnin Shire, though.
They must be stopped!
Maybe they're just peddling some cocaine. Who knows?
I don't know. I've never had Peruvian marching powder. So, what do you say, Barrett? Do we circumvent the caravan because they're moving slow?
That's a whole lot of big words. You mean kick their ass 'cause I'm down?
Well, they're actually just about entering Vishnin Shire, so you could gather that they will be there before you.
If I find my speed, I run like a motherfucker. I'm like a little jackrabbit on.
I'll fly with you.
Little jackrabbit trying to find a hole.
I'm just kidding, Dad. I'll stay with you. We'll kill him together.
I don't have any sort of speed thing. Damn. Well, do you want to split up? Maybe do a little recon for me while I take up the rear and meet you back in town? Or should we travel together?
Travel together is the one down there and there.
There.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh no.
Oh no. Looks like a monkey. There it is.
No, we thought we lost you. All right.
You're frozen like a monkey for a little bit.
Yeah, you guys too.
It's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do.
You gotta keep moving.
You're staying together?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are huffing it through this woodland here. For the most part, you're able to navigate back the same way that you came. I would like you guys to roll nature just to make sure you can find your same way back. Nature or perception, whichever you choose.
23.
Okay.
Which is perception.
19.
Okay. You guys both feel very confident that you're following the same path back. A lot of familiar sightings here. Nikki, Barrett, your check is high enough that you're able to identify that you run past that spot where you guys had fought the orcs, and you see the dead chieftain, and it looks like he's already been stripped. His weapons, his gear has been taken from him, and they have just
Damn,
left...
I was gonna say we should strip his body.
They have left him just there, naked, face down.
Aw.
Yeah. You can also see that there is like a large amount of tracks, big orc tracks.
Are there like debris anywhere?
There is debris, some downed trees and stones.
I'm gonna cover up the bodies.
That's nice.
Like a makeshift burial.
Okay. You don't even have to roll for it. You cover him up respectfully.
I'm gonna do a little prayer.
Are you praying to anyone in particular?
No. Should I be praying into someone particular?
No, it's entirely up to you.
I'm praying to the Southern Baptist gods.
Gods? Multiple?
There's a few Southern
I guess
Baptist
if you want
gods.
to divvy up Jesus, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Right?
No. Holy Ghost is two.
Ghost is Catholic. Spirit is Baptist.
Like I fucking know, Josh. Thank you.
None of those exist in D&D anyway. It's fine. You pray to something, and like real life, there is no response.
That's
No, I'm kidding. You can roll religion, please.
Why? Then what's the point? I'm gonna be atheist now. 18.
Okay. You do a silent prayer for the orc. and you do feel a certain warmth come over you.
How warm is this warmth?
It is fairly warm. It's warm warmth. And it does actually dissipate fairly quickly. You know, maybe you're at the part where you're like, oh, guide this soul and guide this spirit, and you feel it come over you. And you say, we hardly knew this orc, and once you say orc, the feeling is gone.
I would not have said orc, I would have said soul.
Okay. Well, then you still feel warm.
Super.
Someone likes you to recite the prayer.
Oh, motherfucker.
That was very beautiful, Barrett.
Thank you, thank you.
That was really nice of you to bury him. He tried to kill you guys.
I'm gonna rustle up his hair. I'm gonna ignore what he said.
Alright, we gotta keep moving.
Alright. You guys are huffing it. You have been through a lot today, but you're doing fine. Palyus will keep your same endurance check. Barrett, I would like for you to make an endurance check. Please.
Surely! I'm training endurance. That's gonna be a 16.
Aren't we all trained in endurance? You are feeling fairly hungry, though not tired.
I'm gonna eat as I'm walking.
Do you have any rations?
I'm sure I would have left with some.
Let's see how many rations you have. You have 4 rations. Palyus...
That's a 3, motherfucker.
It was +1 to whatever I wrote.
Oh, +1.
Palyus, you also have 4 rations.
Oh.
But you just ate one.
I'm gonna punch you! My back hurts. I need a chair.
My back hurts. There's a chair.
That's over there.
So?
Haha.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh yeah.
This is Joe's bedroom, isn't it?
What?
I'm trying to figure out. I see the Marauders map in the background. It's
Yep.
awesome.
Thanks.
I showed you a picture of our apartment, didn't I?
Yeah, the living room.
It's all one room, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. It's cozy.
Excellent.
As you guys are approaching the Vishnin Shire, you're just about at the clearing that leads from
I feel like a puppy.
the woods of the wild woods. There's a clearing, and then the Vishnin Shire. This clearing has the main path that comes into the city from Gugradoon, from the other cities. And you can see that the covered wagons have already entered the city. You can no longer see them, and you know that they were venturing that way.
We don't see ominous black smoke billowing from the town, do we?
No ominous black smoke.
Okay.
I'll say your passive perception from this distance does lead you to believe that it's unusually quiet, but nothing too much that you're drawing wild conclusions
This
from.
music confuses me. There we go.
No, that's not.
That's better. I can never tell sometimes what the mood is, unless the music's just right.
But you guys are still a little ways away. There is a clearing, and as you guys are just breaking out of the woods, you do see 2 soldiers, if you will, that are coming out of the city down the main street, and they are wearing completely white garbs, white uniforms. They each have a short bow on their back and 2 short swords on their legs. And they have just exited the main entrance to the village and are standing outside. They're just standing guard, like a post.
Are these guards that are normally there?
No.
Are
No,
these?
these are the gang guards.
Oh, are they the gang guards? Gang guard?
Mm.
Gang guard.
Well, I fucking live here and own this place. I simply walk by them and pay them no heed.
Okay, are you walking with him?
I guess so. I mean, he just took the initiative, so I figured.
Yeah, he just started walking.
I'm like, alright, I guess we're going.
As you're walking up, you're about 20 feet or so away from them, and one of them puts out their hand, signaling for you to stop, and they both start approaching you. At this point, they haven't drawn any weapons or anything like that.
To start a battle or to not start a battle? That is the question.
Is it better to be loved than feared?
Ooh, Machiavelli.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Well, I'm gonna chat with Barry, like, dude, we could obviously take these two, but we don't know how many others are within the town. So you want to just bum rush them? Or right now we got the upper hand, they don't know what we're doing.
I think you know what my answer is.
They're
Palyus.
Are we gonna kill some people?
Yeah, Achilles, prepare yourself.
Prepare thyself!
Let me know if you guys are gonna make an attack roll, because they're just approaching you at this point.
I think I was Josh again.
Oh no.
I know.
For those listening, we are playing with Nikki playing Barrett, and Josh playing over Skype as Palyus.
I made an egg. Look, I drew
Very
an
nice,
egg.
Nikki.
You like my egg? What are you drawing? I'm gonna crane dance the motherfuckers out of this.
Oh wait, I have one of these cool at-will minor actions where I could, because I'm a changeling, I can change the skies. So I won't look like a hobbit anymore. I'll look like a regular medium-sized human being, and we could both stroll in and act like we're gonna join the gang. What do you think?
Sounds good.
You are already, by the way, within 20 feet of these people.
So they would see me change?
Yes.
Damn. Alright, well that won't work. And each space is how many feet?
5 feet.
5 feet, so they're four spaces away.
Yeah. They are within a rushing and attacking distance. I would also say, what is your guys' passive perception? What is yours?
23.
I have 18.
Okay, both of you will actually see that while neither of them are reaching for their weapon, each one of them is holding some kind of rolled up paper.
Mike,
in
I'm
one
gonna
hand.
actually shoot my darkness out of them so they can't see.
Shoot your darkness?
Yeah, like the darkness power.
Do
you know.
You have darkness?
Oh wait, that's the other character. Never mind. Shut up.
So you would try to shoot darkness and nothing happens.
Don't be a penis.
Ah.
Don't be a penis,
You
Michael.
wish you were a controller.
I wish that you didn't have. You weren't. Never mind.
Barrett, Nikki, you've played this game a lot more than me. What should we do? Give me some insight. Should we attack? Should we try and bullshit our way in? Like, come on.
It depends on your character. I always tend to kill everything and everybody.
Is that what Barrett would do?
Barrett would not do that. I'm just saying, me as a player, I tend to kill things often.
Find your Barrett.
I know my
center.
Barrett. My Barrett would be very passive and just see what Josh's character wants to do.
Okay.
Barrett's a follower, but get shit done.
So they're holding scrolls of some sort.
It's just a piece of parchment. You don't know if it's like a magic scroll or what it is. It's just a piece of paper. It could be it could be a coupon for, you know.
No, it's called a coupon.
It could be a coupon for dance class.
It's a coupon.
You can't tell.
Oh shit! All right, so we're gonna bum rush him.
Oh, decision's made. You can go ahead and make an attack roll, and then I'll change the music. Once that dice has hit the table.
Go gadget attack. All right. So well, I rolled a 17 on a d20.
Alright, so you also have to add your attack bonus.
Alright, which is 15, so that's 32.
Very nice. For you, it's probably against their armor class, so you'd want to mention what defensive mine you're attacking, but that is a hit. That's a very good roll. That would have hit any one of my defenses, so. Hit. Now you could roll for damage.
Ooh, it's on!
Get her done.
4.
You roll.
Not great, but not bad.
You roll a 4, then you add
Yeah.
15. Remember, because
you add 15 to that.
Yep.
Alright, so 19.
Alright, so you have run up while he is holding this paper. And as he goes to look down at it as if he's opening it up, and that's when you hit him. It's a total sucker hit. He ends up taking this hit, he stumbles back and falls prone on the ground on his back.
Do I have something that gives me an extra hit?
Oh, here it is. Take no fall damage because you fall and you roll. And you shift 2 squares when you fall.
No, the trigger is when you fall and take no damage. If you were to fall and not take any damage...
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Is that person bloody?
They are not bloodied.
Okay.
Next up, Achilles will rush in, if you will allow him to, Nikki. Alright. Achilles is going to rush in, and he's going to try to attack the same one that you just knocked down.
Do it, son!
He runs up, jumps on his chest, and stabs him right through the heart.
That's my boy!
It's probably going to kill him. Yep. It is enough damage to kill him. So
Is it Barrett's turn, or can I spin around and attack the other guy?
It is Barrett's turn.
Did he get hit yet?
Who?
The last guy.
No, the last guy did not get hit. He is still standing there. Like, he didn't even draw his weapon yet. He's still holding the paper.
I'm gonna do open up the gates of battle.
Open up the gates of battle. Oh, that's gonna hit.
Alright, so it's 2d10 plus another d10.
If you roll well enough, it might be enough to, well, probably not, actually.
This music's awesome.
Thanks, man. I got a whole bunch of different soundtracks from different games and
19,
movies
20,
and stuff.
22, 23, 25, 26.
You should look
7.
into Devil May Cry.
I have a few.
Yeah.
I don't know. They tend to start off and go at different paces, so it's tough to put it in a genre. Where like this is easy, battle music.
Yeah.
33 plus
Your flurry of blows.
Fury of Blows,
How
Which-
much?
which is... I think you said that was... Where is it? Wouldn't it be in one of these?
Check through some other little blocks there. Iron sword, flurry of blows.
Oh, maybe it's called Iron Soul Fury of. You hit with an attack. Plus your con modifier 3. Alright, so it grabs, it's another 3. Plus... Oh.
This is a mean attack.
I'm just trying to find what that fucking electric shit did.
It doesn't deal extra damage.
Yeah, it does. Oh, I make a melee attack using this key focus. It's a free action. It deals thunder damage instead of any other damage type.
So it does not add damage. It changes the type.
Alright, never mind.
So you have dealt a total of 36 damage. He is very bloodied. And it is now his turn.
Is he prone or is he,
No, he's still standing.
Well, then I use
I
a
shift back
power
2
strike.
squares.
Power strike? What does that do for you?
Let's see, it says,
You say you shift?
Yeah, I shifted back.
pushing yourself
for the-
beyond
for
your
your
normal
power.
limits, you unleash your full wrath against the foe. The target takes 1 W. I guess that would be,
It's not your turn, Josh!
Yeah, it's not your turn, bro.
I thought you said it was.
No, it's
It's
the
the guy's
guard's
turn.
He gets a turn.
No, he doesn't. He's all fucked up.
He's really hurt. He draws his sword, and really the closest person to him would be your son. So he's going to just take a swing at Achilles. He's going to hit. He hits Achilles, and Achilles ends up rolling off the other guy, but he is okay. He took the damage, and he is not bloodied.
Alright.
And then, Palyus, it's your turn.
I see this, and I enter a blood rage, because he attacked my son so openly. And thus the power strike is brought down.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Yeah, yes!
Do I appear to be in a gaming
Excellent
mood?
reference, sir. What does it do? Let's see.
Do I appear to be in a gaming mood?
Yes. Yes, you do. That's why you were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Against my will.
The damage from the trigger.
And it hits every time.
It's because you have a new character to play with.
I'm not sure how this power strike works. It says 1, and then W is in parentheses.
It means 1 weapon damage. So your weapon damage is a D12. Sometimes it might say 2W, 2 weapon, which means 2D12 for you.
Wow.
But in this case, it's just 1 weapon.
Well, I will roll a D12. 11 plus 15 is 26.
That will kill him. How would you like him to die?
I just decapitate him. So that way, when he falls back, as little blood gets onto his actual armor and whatnot, and we could take both of these two people's clothes and infiltrate the town.
Okay. When you cut off his head, his body stands for a minute, and then falls to the knees, and then falls to the side.
Awesome.
You guys are standing essentially in the town entrance. It doesn't look like anybody is around that has seen this happen. No other guards, no citizens of the Vishnin Shire.
We immediately drag the bodies to the closest wall to, keep them hidden.
Okay. Are you grabbing a body? Yeah. Alright, you grab the bodies, you scurry over behind a wall, and now it is you with these 2 dead guards, and now that you're close...
I'm gonna bury them.
Okay. Like right now?
With debris. Yeah.
With their what?
With debris.
Debris? Okay. Barrett starts throwing stones and leaves on the bodies. Apparently.
Well, we gotta take their outfits, infiltrate the town.
Are you letting him take the outfits? Which
you gotta be stealthy. These people they're in my hometown. I don't know what the fuck they're doing there.
Okay. Barrett's helping you take some clothes off of these guys. Barrett, now that you're close enough, you could recognize that the uniforms these gentlemen are wearing are from the Unity Alliance. They're one of the bigger gangs in the city of Looming Shadow, and they are one of the most respected ones there. Primarily because they're in charge of importing and exporting goods. So whereas one gang is in charge of like drugs and prostitution, another one's in charge of weapons bartering. These guys are in charge of shipping it out, and bringing the gold in.
We should not have killed these people.
If you want to look at that scroll, it is actually covered in blood and still in the first guy's hand.
Yes, we gotta get some intel.
He's got like a death grip on it, but yeah, you're able
to. But
to
he's
take
dead.
that.
I pry his dead fingers off the scroll and read it.
Once you open it up, it doesn't actually have writing on it. It has 2 sketches of 2 people. One of them appears to be a very old man. He has a very long gray beard that actually goes down beyond the paper. The other one is a bald, tall, muscular creature that you guys can identify as being a Goliath. They're humanoid.
Are you setting us up for Saturday? Oh, sorry.
Why would you talk like that? Stop doing
I'm just asking.
So, the smaller old guy, he is human, and the other guy is a Goliath. Which the creatures that you know, they're humanoid, they're intelligent, they're kind of brutes, but hey, whatever. And on it, you can see that there's a little note at the bottom that looks like it was handwritten that says, bring these guys back. Under no circumstance shall you let them escape. Be weary of their magic. Names assumed as Regdar and Munith.
What was that? Ragnatar?
Regdar. Regdar. And Munith. Munnoth.
Alright. I asked Barrett if she's ever heard, or if he's ever heard of Ragdar or Munith.
You can roll for Streetwise, Barrett. You actually know of Regdar. You never heard of Munith. He's nobody famous, I guess. But Regdar, you've heard his name in the Xandar capital city, in the castle. You know him to be one of the advisors of Sir Valens. And you do know that he's a sorcerer, but you haven't heard anything about him being evil or wicked in some way.
I don't know.
Well, they must have heard about
Be so cooperative.
Ardius's discovery and showed up at my humble town. So, what should we do next, Barrett? Do you want to just walk in there, dick hanging out, or should we stealth our way in by putting on some of this armor that these two are wearing, and we keep the scroll in hand and whatnot?
First of all, I'm pretty sure you could just assume any physical being, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's one of your moves.
Oh, as a changeling, you mean?
Yeah.
Actually, if you could read your ability, I'm not positive if it works with your clothing. I think it does.
I'm pretty sure it does, because I made that character. And that fucking character is a badass.
Okay.
Alright, it says Changeling Disguise. You alter your form to look like another person. You alter your physical form to take on the appearance of a medium humanoid. You retain your statistics in your new form, and your clothing, armor, possessions do not change. The form lasts until you change form again. If a creature attempts to see through my ruse, make an insight check opposed by your bluff check, and then you gain +5 bonus to your check.
So it said it does not change clothing. Okay.
Right. Which is why we need to take these assholes' clothing, though.
You do have the one, which is perfectly clean, from the guy that you decapitated. It has a little bit of blood, but it'll wipe right off. And the other one does have a clear stab directly into the heart, but it could just be something, like a little slit, something like that. It's not obvious.
What was the
really.
age of these things? Were they younger?
As what things? The people you killed?
Yeah.
They were in their early 20s.
Okay.
In case you want to feel guilty about it.
No, that's not why I was
I
asking.
don't feel guilty at all.
Oh.
No, I was asking because I'm pretty old, so they'll see right through me. So I think that you and your son should put on the facade.
Ooh, does my son have any of my changeling abilities?
I'm gonna roll for it. You're actually a halfling, aren't you?
But I mean, that's like the character sheet that says I'm a changeling. So.
We'll stick with having it. Maybe there's changeling in your blood and you got that ability. He actually does have the ability to change form.
Oh, my son and I change form and assume the identities of these two dead individuals.
Okay. He changes form. He puts on the one with the slit in it, and he looks exactly like the other guy that is now laying there naked, or in undergarments. So.
All right.
All right. So what's the plan? Except he says it in a deeper voice now. What's the plan?
I don't know. Should we send Barrett in solo and we maintain the guard, or do we? No.
I don't think we should let Barrett go alone, Dad.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, we all
bury the
in
bodies.
like we own the place.
Barrett is burying the bodies. You're gonna have to wait a minute.
I helped bury the bodies.
All right.
I'm gonna say a little prayer.
Well, another prayer. Oh, very nice. You feel a cleansing feeling coming over you, and you feel a certain attunement to your monk skills.
Oh my god.
Like something is actually taking interest in your efforts in the divine. And perhaps if you were to continue and maybe meditate on it later, something might come to you in a vision. You feel very centered.
Okay.
Okay, so the bodies are buried.
Alright, we saunter into town like we own the place.
Okay. As you're walking in, because you're already familiar enough with the town, as you're walking in, same general layout, you see that the stores and the market are open. It doesn't look like there's anybody out in the streets. You do see some guards patrolling, and they just give you and Achilles a little nod. Nobody's coming up to talk to you. They are completely convinced by your disguise. As you navigate through the streets, you see that there are a couple of halflings hiding out, and you see them peeking out through windows and then running in when they see you guys. Barrett, are you just walking with them?
No, I was gonna fly.
So you're like landing rooftop to rooftop?
Yeah.
Are you trying in any way to stealth?
Yeah.
You could roll for it.
I was gonna roll for it, it just takes me a little while. Give me a minute.
Man, I forgot about the wings.
How do you forget about the wings?
Right?
I crit.
Make it happen, Barrett.
I crit, Mike.
You gotta stop using that die.
This is my favorite dice.
So,
Awesome.
ever since you guys had finished burying the bodies, you have not seen Barrett.
Eric's gone.
You don't even hear him landing on rooftops.
Oh, this is for me?
You have no idea where he is. That's all you got.
That's not enough to swallow a pill.
Don't tell me about it. Go do something about it. You're welcome. What about that?
Why couldn't you get me a drink? Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
As you're navigating through the streets, again, nobody's really paying you any mind, and you come up to the town square, if you will. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of people, of the citizens of the Vishnin Shire, gathered in the center of this town square. And along the outskirts, you see about a dozen on each side of the Unity Alliance guards. Standing up front, it's like a little stage that sometimes in the Vishnin Shire they give speeches at, or, they hold votes. You see one member of the Unity Alliance who's dressed in a slightly more fancy and elaborate dress. And by dress, I mean uniform. And there's also a man wearing all black with a black cape and a pointy, round Chinese hat. You can't really see his face. He has a shawl, mask, really everything under his eyes. And he is standing next to the man in white, and on their knees, on his knees in front of them, is John Martin, who looks like he's been beat up a little bit and has some blood coming out of his mouth.
Based on my passive perception, do I feel any sort of, feel any sort of, evil flowing from this person, or can I sense anything, like his intentions at all?
For that, we would use insight. Your passive insight would tell you that, well, actually no, your passive insight doesn't tell you anything on this man. You could gather that he's not even the one, we'll say, that's been doing the hitting. Because you could even see...
No, he's the power behind the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your knowledge from even yesterday's session, you could recognize this uniform as being of the Sad Flutes. So you have members of the Unity Alliance and this one man from the Sad Flutes.
Is he dead? Wait, I'm confused.
John Martin? No. He's on his knees in front of the other two. The Sad Flute Man and the captain of some kind of the Unity Alliance.
Huh.
And you see the man in black, the Sad Flute. He kneels down and whispers something to John Martin. And you hear John Martin yell back, I don't know! I don't know when they're coming back! It should have been by now. I don't know. They might be dead, for all I know. And he says something else to him. Then he says, don't you touch her. And you see the man in the black, he stands up, and he starts to walk away. And he looks at that captain in white, and gives a nod. Who then quickly draws a blade, and stabs John Martin in the temple. All of the people that were gathered around watching this are hysterical. They're screaming, ranting. They try to scurry around a little bit, and those guards immediately close in and prevent them from leaving.
Let's see. Damn, we're in a tight spot.
You see the man...
Well, I lean over to my son and say, look, I understand he was a good friend, but we can't do anything. We gotta keep our heads here. We're in the middle of some shit.
Your passive perception will allow you to see that even in your son's disguise, you could see his hand shaking as he's reaching for his sword.
Stay your blade, son.
He shakes his head quick like he's snapping out of it. We can't let them get away with this, he says in his adult man voice.
Oh, but we won't. We just need to attack when the moment's right. What do we do? How far away are we from the dude who just slayed John Milton?
We'll say 50 feet. No, maybe a little further, 70 feet.
Where's Barrett at this point?
You could be wherever you want to be.
Oh, yeah?
This is a town square, though, so it's not like you could be right above him.
Is there any other guards besides those two guys?
Yes.
There's a lot?
I mentioned that before.
Oh. I zoned in and out, I'm sorry.
I see that. Thank you for your attention. There's about a dozen on each side.
That's all I need to know.
Huh. And I don't know who her is yet.
You can see one of the guards has gone into the group here of all these townspeople, and you hear a woman screaming, "No, get off me! Get off me!" And dragging her up to the stage, if you will, is Sarah.
I knew it.
Yeah, glad I didn't name her Kara. Things are looking bad.
She is put on the stage right next to the corpse of John Martin, and you could see his blood dripping off the stage at this point. And a couple of people step back because they don't want to get it on them. And the man in black steps up to her, and they push her onto her knees, and he whispers something to her. And you hear her say something back to him, but you can't make out exactly what she says without a perception check.
I will roll a perception check. Crit!
Okay. You can make out every word of this exchange. He whispers so softly that the wind seems to carry it only into her ear. And yet somehow you've overheard it. And you hear him say, I want to know where Palyus is. I want the location of the relics. And I want Sir Barrett. And you hear her say back to him, even if I knew where he was, I would never tell a man like you. You're a monster, and you deserve so much worse. And he replies back to her, Miss, there are no other men like me. I am the only one.
That does not sound good.
And she... Hold on, because she says something back. She says, there will always be men like you. And then there will always be men to undo you. She's very brave.
Yeah, she is. My woman. Let's see.
He again turns his back to her.
She's gonna die.
Steps away. He looks over to the guard captain. And I'll give you guys a minute to decide if you're gonna do anything.
I immediately look to Mac and scruff him behind his ear and say, cause a distraction.
Barrett's gonna swoop in.
Swoop in?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yep.
What are you doing? Because he's getting Mac to do something.
I don't know why.
You could roll for nature.
The guy who's about to kill Sarah, I'm gonna, like, swoop into him. Kind of like a dive bomb almost.
You will be breaking your stuff.
I assume that.
I gotta just make it clear. It's open sky.
It's okay, I can outrun most of these people. And then fly.
Alright, I got a 16 with nature.
Okay. You give him a little scratch behind his ear. He runs forward, like, towards the group of people and starts barking. Were you already doing your move as well?
Mm.
Okay. A couple of the guards in the back towards you look over towards the dog, and they look to each other, and one of them nods and starts approaching Mac. So you're flying right off the rooftop. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm flying off the rooftop like a guardian angel, descending upon a victim. Preferably the one closest to Sarah about to hurt her.
That would be the man in white.
The man in white. Is that the sad flute?
No, the man in
Okay,
black.
the man
is
in
the
white.
sad flute.
Man in white's gonna fucking die. I'm gonna dive bomb him, doing this kind of like this tumble in midair, and then like hitting him in the head, like trying to pin him down.
You can make an attack roll with combat advantage.
I got... I can't read this. This my modifier?
That is your modifier.
Alright. It's gonna be 24.
That will hit him. You could roll for damage.
Excuse me. $13.
13 damage.
13 damage.
So you have flown in, and this is as he has already drawn his sword again, and he's about to heave at Sarah, and out of the corner of his eye he sees you as you kick him into the face, and he falls down and falls off the stage. At this point, everybody in the crowd is freaking out.
I'm gonna grab Sarah and go up onto a roof, like, fly up onto a roof.
Okay.
Yes.
You grab Sarah.
I need to make a roll.
You don't have to make this roll. You grab Sarah, and as you do, you could see that you've kicked the man in white down, and by the time you've grabbed her, the man in black has already drawn his sword.
I'm gonna shift.
This will be against your reflex.
I'm gonna wait, no, you can't do that.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
You landed right next to him.
No, I don't get there's no combat advantage with me. I mean, not combat advantage.
It's not an opportunity attack. He saw you coming. Oh. He has drawn this long, silver-coated katana that as he unsheathes it, you hear a weeping in the air, a cry, a sad, sad sound, as the air seems to get a bit colder and darker. And in the same movement that he has unsheathed this blade, he has taken a slash at you with a 22 against your reflex.
Nope.
He has taken a quick slash, and you have somehow dodged it.
Because I'm a fucking badass, that's why.
And then, actually, I guess, Palyus, this could be your cycle here. You have seen this happen.
At this point, I try and get the attention of the other guards that I look like, and I say, Palyus approaches!
Ooh, very good. You could roll for bluff.
He should get some sort of something for that because he's in disguise.
I'm aware.
I'm just helping a nigger out.
I'll have to bleep that.
27.
I'll have to bleep that.
27?
Yeah.
Your digital dice are way too good. Way too good.
We'll have to send him real dice.
I want to go buy my own dice.
You should.
I don't know. I don't even know where to begin to find them. But
That's why I said we'll just send him dice.
We'll have to send you dice. Yeah.
Text me your address and your number and whatever.
Alright.
Yeah.
You
If
yell.
I have it for Saturday, I'll have real dice.
You yell that Palyus is coming, and of these 24 two dozenish guards.
You didn't re-roll that, did you? No.
I was adding them together.
Uh-huh.
Of these 24 guards, about 5 of them start to run towards the... That was how many were leaving.
Oh.
5 of them start to run towards you. Where is he? Oh my god, where is that man?
I was standing post outside the walls. I see him in the distance.
They turn to yell, "Come with us!" So of these approximately 24 guards, 10 of them are now running towards the entrance.
Is there a door that I could shut behind them?
No, you're in the town square.
Damn. Can I send my son Achilles to do so?
To do what?
To bluff his way, he'll join the group, and then as they exit the town, boom, he slams the door shut and locks the door behind them.
Yeah, you can have him do that. Is that what you want me to do, Dad?
Yes.
He joins into their ranks and continues running with them. You almost can't even tell him apart from the other ones because of how uniform he is making all of his movements and how he falls right into formation. Barrett?
Yes.
Oh, actually, you didn't even do anything. So you...
No, I quickly make my way into the, towards the stage to, I guess, report to the man in black.
Okay. You're working your way up there. At this point, since they've lost so many guards, a lot of the people from the town that you recognize, but that don't recognize you, are running in all directions to get away from here. It's making it a bit difficult for you to make it up to the stage, but you could roll acrobatics just to kind of nimbly move through the crowd, just to see if you get a chance to interact with him or if it's next turn.
23.
Very nice. You're nimbly dodging in between these panicked people. No one has trampled you. You have not trampled anyone. And you do make your way up to the stage. I'll say the stage is about 5 feet high, so you're just over it, and laying right next to you, you see John Milton with his head cocked back hanging off the stage and a dagger sticking out of his temple as the blood drips down. And then above him at this point, you see Barrett, who has just scooped up Sarah, and you see the man in black, who has just taken a slash and missed. One thing that I don't think I mentioned, all turns actually happen at the same time in a round.
Right.
So that's really how your turn is ending. You've gotten up to the stage, and that has just happened.
Well, as I was walking by, I do a quick whistle to call Mac to my side.
I'm going to say that he was staying close enough to you that he's right there with you.
Okay.
Barrett, we are up to you. You have seen Palyus make his way up to the front, and this is just as the man in black, the sad flute, has missed you.
I'm continuing with my action of... I got Sarah, and I'm gonna go jump on a roof.
Okay. You can go ahead and make an athletics check to give yourself this nice little launch away. Motherfucker.
You said athletics? 23.
Okay. You are quickly able to lunge off this stage, and you see this happening. It's right in front of you. You lunge
I feel
off
the wind
stage,
of her wings.
and you have cleared this portion of the town square and have just made it to landing on the roof of the nearest building. And you are still holding her.
Good.
Who are you?
Barrett.
What? I don't know. Actually, I don't think you told her about Barrett.
No, I don't think I did.
I know your son and your husband. Just keep quiet. Stop wiggling.
Oh, please tell me they're okay.
They're down there. They're hiding.
We can't leave them if they're down there.
They're fine. Trust me.
You can roll diplomacy. What? She crit
Sound like
again.
a crit.
Yeah, she crit for the third time today, within like the last 6 rolls. Okay. I
Always
trust you.
crip on diplomacy. Always critting.
I trust you, Barrett.
It's the 3 fingers, right?
Are you going to continue running along the roof?
Yeah. I'm gonna get as far from these things as possible.
Okay.
My speed is 7, and I'm at an all-out run, so now I'm 9.
As you have made your leap and your guided thrust with your wings, you've
I'm also gonna try and stealth out as well, like trying to, you know. Can I make a roll?
You can make a roll, of course.
17.
Okay. You're running along the roof, and you're positioning yourself in a way that most people won't be able to see you at this angle on the roof.
Oh.
Palyus, you're still able to make out where he went with Sarah. So even from the stage, you kind of followed him as he landed. And what you see happen right in front of you is you see the sad flute in one giant leap. He has cleared the stage, pounced off the ground, and has somersaulted up onto the same roof, and is still tailing Barrett. And you see him disappear in the same way that, like, how Barrett went on the angle so nobody could see him. This sad flute has also positioned himself in the same way. And you're finding it difficult to keep track of both of them.
Can I enlist any of the crazy the folk in my town by like whispering in their ear and be like, "Hey, it's me, Palyus. I'm in disguise. You guys know I'm a changeling. I need your help." Because they're all warriors.
I'm gonna say that you can definitely try. Are you just approaching any particular one of them? Maybe like a friend of yours or something?
Yeah, I see Eric from the shop that we went to earlier.
Okay.
And I take him under my wing. I'm like, "Look, Eric, it's me, Palyus."
Ah! You're not Palyus! Get away from me!
Can I roll something to maybe
Yes,
try
you
and
can.
convince him?
You could roll diplomacy.
Well, let's see. It's 12.
Alright. So you have grabbed him, you're trying to tell him you're Palyus. Let go of me! Let go of me! He takes a punch at you. This is going to be a 25 versus your fortitude.
Fortitude's 22, so he wins.
Alright, this is going to be a hit. He pretty much has just punched you in the face for 7 damage, and he is running away from you.
Way to be suave, Josh.
Hey, I had to try. Gotta add to our numbers.
This is a crucial time to do that.
I just take the sucker punch and allow him to leave.
Okay.
After that, I turn around and I try and survey the situation. So the man in black is chasing after Barrett, and there's still, what, 12, 15 guards?
Yeah. We'll say that there's 12 left here that are actually still trying to control the crowd. A couple of them have just given up and are letting these people run around.
Okay.
But none of them have...
I immediately follow the direction that Barrett and the man in black went.
Okay, they are on the rooftop. Are you going to try to get up on the roof as well?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is totally up to you how you want to try to get up there. Because there are some buildings lower than others, so you could try to just climb up one, you could try to acrobatically flip onto one. But really, based on how you describe it, is going to determine the type of check that I have for you.
I think this character so well.
Is that what you think?
Oh, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Well, then I hope you don't have to mop up its blood.
Alright, I try and acrobatically jump up onto the roof where I saw them last.
Alright, you can go ahead and roll for acrobatics. Give me a 1.
9.
Nope.
21.
Whew!
No, wait. 9 and 12.
Just a 1.
8. Yeah, 21.
Okay. You jump right onto that roof, and you are about 1 round behind them. But you could see the man from the sad flute. He is directly on track towards tracking down Barrett, who's carrying Sarah still under his arm. Barrett?
Is his back to me?
His back is to you. He is about 40 feet ahead of you.
Can I make a ranged attack?
Do you have a ranged weapon?
I think I only have the axe.
I think
Damn.
he has daggers, too.
You could throw the axe,
Throw the axe?
but then you'll stand to risk losing it.
Well, that and I'll be weaponless.
So? That and also 40 feet.
He has a range-based attack.
Yeah, it means you have to have a ranged weapon. Every character has that listed.
Yeah, yes, but he has daggers.
He does not have daggers.
He does have daggers.
No, I understand that you're reading your assassin. He is a halfling. He does not have daggers.
He has a dagger.
Alright, we're going to say you have 1 dagger on you that you sometimes use to eat with. It's fairly
for that.
It's fairly dull. It is like hey, just in case you got to cut through some rope or, skin something type knife.
He gets plus 4 to melee damage against surprised enemies.
Dirty fighting.
Yep.
Can I use one of the 50-foot ropes to tie a lasso and maybe lasso the man in black so that way Barrett can he'll be tied up and then attack?
We'll say that you're going to spend the remainder of your turn, though. It's going to take you some time to take it out and to tie it to a lasso. You could do it while you're running, but it is going to take you time to prepare it. If that's what you want to do, you won't be able to throw it until next turn.
Wait,
by that
he
time
has-
he'll be too far away.
Wait, he has a quick swap.
He still has to tie the lasso.
What do you mean quick swap?
You can draw or stow a weapon as a free action, and then draw another weapon. You also have the thing called the Becomer. You gain language, skill points, disguise bonus relative to limited races.
Oh! Where is that? Here we go.
It's up to you. Do you want to start tying this lasso?
I call out to the man in black. No, because he already knows that. Well, I try anyways. I shout out to him like, Palyus is just outside the city walls. This is our chance.
He does not even stop to listen. He continues at his run. And figures of all the things that I crit on, it's that. It is Barrett. We're up to you.
Alright, I'm going to... first I'm going to try a stealth check.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
Okay.
You feel like you're fairly stealthy.
And I'm also going to run and jump from another roof with her in my arms.
Okay.
Maybe kind of acrobatics in such a way that we maybe turn the color of the sky somehow. I don't know.
Sounds complicated. You have 2 roofs to choose from. The one that's directly ahead of you does actually go up a story. So it goes from, we'll say, a 2-story to a 3-story. And
my speed's 9. Just so you know.
This isn't so much related to your speed.
I'm just saying that my speed's 9.
Nikki, pretend that I'm aware of all your character stats.
Are you aware of all my character stats?
Yes. So that one in front of you goes to a 3-story, and the one next to you stays 2-story, but it looks like a fairly short roof, so you'll be jumping more frequently.
I don't know. I don't understand what the difference is.
If you try to go for the one that has the higher roof, it will be more difficult for you to get up there with your athletics or acrobatics check. Even though you're at an all-out run at your max speed, you still have to jump the distance between the buildings and 10 feet higher.
I'll go with the shorter one then.
Okay. Because, if you went for the taller one, there's also a chance you might lose the line of sight that he has to you. Because even though you made a great stealth check, and you are nimbly weaving in and out, you could gather that he is still locked onto you.
So what should I do? Should I go for the...
It's entirely up to you. I just give you the pros and cons.
Alright, I'm going to try to do the other one then.
Okay. With the tall one?
The tall one.
Okay. You can make an athletics or acrobatics.
Alright, acrobatics. What is it?
You gotta re-roll it. It's not on the table. You can roll a different dice, though.
Can you give me my dice, please?
No, I don't want you to roll that one anymore.
It's already warmed up.
It's the same thing it was on the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
6 and 16. 22.
Very good. You make this leap. You just miss making it, but you're holding on to the edge with Sarah under your arm.
Can I make an athletics roll to pull up?
You can to pull yourself up. Before you roll it. I should have let you find it.
It was a bot.
It was a bot. You can pull yourself up. You are 30 feet from the ground, and there is also a window a few feet away that go into this building. You're not sure what the building is, so you don't really know what you're getting into, but it is another option.
Alright, I'm going to go in the building. I'm going to throw her in first.
Okay. Alright, you can give me an acrobatics to maneuver her in. Justice. You go to throw her into the window, and she totally slips from your hand. Just like a crimp in your wrist, the wrong angle, and instead, when you go to throw her in, she hits the side of the building and topples down the remaining 30 feet.
I'm going to shift down.
Hold on.
I'm not done. I'm going to try and catch her.
done.
I'm going to try and catch her.
You're going to free fall to try to catch her.
Yeah.
Let me just roll the starting damage for her for having been thrown into a house. Sarah. 4 plus 3, 7.
It's not horrible.
Okay.
She only took 7 damage.
So you've thrown her into the side. She is free falling 30 feet. If you drop to try to catch her, you risk sustaining damage regardless. Possibly more so if you do catch her. You could gather that much. But you're free to roll. It would be an...
How far do I have to go down?
Well, she's already falling.
I understand that.
It's a 30-foot drop.
Okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to acrobatics to maybe nimbly, throw myself there and, maybe in such a way, maybe, bouncing up from the ground or something to try and break fall.
That's
of some
fine.
sort. Or maybe just,
Roll away.
teleport down onto the ground. Shift down.
Okay.
And then
is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure your teleport is an encounter move, and I want to keep track of it.
No, it's an at will.
No, it's not.
It's an at will.
I am aware of your character, Barrett.
What do you mean?
If you even have a teleport move.
I do have a teleport move. It's right there. You teleport your speed.
Arc of the... You don't have a move that... You don't want to shift in the air when you could just fall.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to acrobatics down, you've thrown her into the side of that building, and you see her free falling. So you drop to try to catch her. And in the process, you have actually lost your balance while falling. And you are now falling as well. So this will be for her. I wish that was against you, because she can't really take it. 13, 21, 31. Ouch. And this is for you. 20.
Can I try to get underneath her to take her damage?
You totally botched. You ended up falling on top of her. After she had begun the free fall, she ends up hitting the ground, and she is broken. She is on the ground unconscious, and your fall has landed you directly on top of her.
Yeah.
After you guys, are you bloodied in any way?
Does it look like I'm bloody, Mike?
I got an egg.
Oh.
Okay. That's how your turn is going to end. You are laying on top of her, and she is bleeding a lot. It is not a safe
heal
amount
check?
of blood. On your turn.
Can I heal check now?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have potential to botch right now.
I know, I'm loving this dice now, ever since it hit the floor.
8 and 4.
Okay. You're trying to patch her up. It seems like she might be dead. Next up goes the sad flute, who ends up running to the edge of the roof. And you see this even just while you're trying to heal her. There is a shadow coming down from the sun behind him. And while you peek up, you see his silhouette, with his cape flailing in the wind behind him, and the glow of the sword. And he looks down at you, seems to nod slightly, and then turns towards Palyus. Palyus, you have seen the sad flute run to the edge, look down, and he has now turned to charge towards you. This is going to be an attack versus your reflex, and it's not very high. It's oh, actually, maybe it's higher than I thought. 27.
I only got a 20.
Okay. You're going to take 16 damage. Pretty much he just ran up, kited a little bit past you, and cut you a little bit while running past. And he is now standing behind you, but not facing you, as if mocking you.
Ugh.
And then it's your turn.
I'm damn near bloodied.
It is your move.
Well, I use an at-will battle wrath stance.
Ah.
And can I double up on these like at-will and encounters, or?
No, they're standard actions, so you only get to use one of them. Unless you use your action point.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not bloodied yet, so...
Barrett is really good. He crit 3 times today.
Alright, I take a Battle Wrath stance, and then I attack.
Okay. What does the Battle Wrath stance do for you?
Let's see, it says you channel your anger into each strike, dealing devastating damage. You assume a Battle Wrath stance. Until your stance ends, you gain +2 power bonus to your damage rolls of basic attacks using a weapon.
Very nice. And what's your attack
And
roll?
I am level 11, so it's +3.
Pretty nice.
And I just rolled a 13 plus 15 is 28.
That will hit. So you can go ahead and roll for damage and add your bonus damage as well.
Oh. 12!
Ah.
Plus 3, so 15.
So 12 plus 3, 15 plus 15. That's 30 damage total. Don't forget, you gotta add that 15.
Right. Okay, so 30.
Alright. You have hit him. He looks impressed, but he is not bloodied.
Yeah, this is a strong individual.
We are now up to... I already rolled for them. Barrett, running up next to you, is Mac. And he comes running up and he sniffs at you. And he starts looking at Sarah and licking her face. And he whimpers a little bit. And then it's your turn, because he can't really do much else.
I'm trying to heal her again.
Could I have used a potion at any point, or since I'm in battle, like, you just can't use that stuff?
No, you can. It's a minor action. So you if you want, you could have drank one on your last turn.
17.
I would like to do that. A super potion.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is, how many?
25.
Hit points? 25.
You said 17?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Okay. You're bandaging her up, and you feel like she may be gone. You have really kind of tidied up her wounds. You've cleaned her wounds, but you don't think she's gonna make it.
I will cry.
Okay. If you'd like, you can also make a second heal check. Okay, so you're beating on her chest a little bit, being a little rough about it, but you actually hear a deep gasp, and she's still unconscious, but she's breathing. And your previous heal check has stabilized her.
Can I pray for her too?
You still want to pray?
Yeah.
Okay, you can.
Aw, thank you, Barrett.
17.
Okay. You feel lighter. You feel like you've done a great service, and you hear a gust of wind that, given all the chaos and the screaming in the streets and the sounds of battle up on the roof, you probably wouldn't have heard otherwise. But there's a whisper in this one particular breeze that guides your hair slowly across your face, your thick silver hair across your dashing blue eyes. And you hear a voice that says, "Don't give up. Have faith."
I'm gonna pull her into a house to hide her.
Okay. Alright, you don't have to roll anything for that. You're able to drag her in, and Mac, nudges a door open to help you get into a house. And when you're in here, there are actually a couple of people hiding out. They're like, "Get down! Get away from the windows!" They're hiding.
Make sure she keeps breathing, then I'm gonna walk back out.
You see, as you're walking out, you see one of them, like, walk up to her. Oh my god, is she okay? And then the door closes.
Fucking idiots.
Well. Next up will actually be Sad Flute Master. This is going to be again against your reflex for very high. It's going to be a 35.
Yeah, I only got a 20.
10, 14, plus 8. That's going to be 22.
Damage?
Yeah. And this second attack is against your fortitude. And this is going to be a 22.
Oh, I have a 22.
Alright. You're going to take an additional 6 damage. Essentially what he did a quick slash at you with the sword, and while spinning, he did a heave kick to your chest, which stumbled you back towards the edge of the roof, and you could roll acrobatics just to see if you fall from the roof of this building.
Yeah, let me do this.
Are you bloodied?
Yeah.
You gain.
Oh wait, hang on, maybe not.
Dude.
Let's see, 2, 9, 6, 2.
Is there like a distance or something?
What? What do you mean? It's a minor action, and you gain 5 temporary hit points. There's something else when he gets bloody. I have to find it.
Alright, I am currently bloody.
You would have to use it on your turn, and it would only heal you.
This is him.
Oh.
I'm looking at him.
Pretty cool. Can you roll for acrobatics, please?
Alright.
This is a very important check for you. Be less than 20. Be less than 20.
25.
Oh, I hate when you beat it. You stumble back. You start to lose your balance a little bit on the edge, but you immediately kneel forward and recover. So you were standing on the edge with the Sad Flute Man 10 feet away. He's kicked you far enough back that you stumbled 10 feet. I've already rolled for them. So then it's back to you. Palyus, your turn.
Josh, you have a minor action that you can gain 5 temporary hit points. Actually, 10 temporary hit points because you're level 11.
Which, is that ignore weakness?
No, it's minor reassurance.
Right.
It's right next to it.
Okay. Can do. So now I'm no longer bloodied.
Yay! Nice moves, little pop.
I need nice moves. I just don't want him to die.
Worst case
I
scenario.
don't want to die either. That would be tragic.
Also, while bloodied, you roll 2 dice and use either results with action point attacks.
Well, I'm not bloodied anymore.
I'm just letting you know this is stuff that you have.
Okay.
We should
So
make
when
an
I am
actual
bloodied,
character.
which one was that?
It was part of the one with all of your class features and stuff.
Okay.
It's called Undaunted Action.
Alright.
It's like the second section of stuff.
Let's see.
Under class and other features.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Josh, if you want, I can make you an actual character.
This way you could actually be a halfling.
It's up to you.
Well, I mean, if you want to take the time to do so, that would be pretty freaking sweet.
Okay.
But, Where's Barrett at this point, in relation to me?
You know what? I'm gonna say when you almost fell off the edge and you stumbled back, you had seen Barrett dragging the bloodied Sarah around the corner with Mac right behind him. But that was all you had seen, and that was on the ground 30 feet below you.
30 feet. I'm up on the 3rd story. I really leapt up 30 feet.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 20 feet for you. You guys didn't clear that building.
All right. In a moment of desperation, I leap off the roof and try and get as close to Barrett as possible, so we could take this person on devil style.
Okay. You could roll for acrobatics to avoid, hopefully, taking some damage.
16, 12, 28.
Very nice. I do gotta roll something. You've taken 1 damage from falling 20 feet. You've landed very gracefully. Even that was kind of like you just stubbed your toe a little bit on the dirt coming down. You know, maybe like a twig. You rolled over a twig in the process. And it caused...
Oh, where's Achilles in all this?
Well, you don't see him.
Okay.
Because you had him go towards the gate to hopefully lock out the other guards, so... What you do know is that he has not yet come back.
Alright, is it still my turn?
We'll actually end your turn there once you jumped off the roof. The man in black has come to the edge of that roof again, just as a silhouette with his shadow. Sorry, just as a silhouette with his blade reflecting in the sunlight. And he has looked down on you with his cape again flailing behind him. And he slowly turns and starts walking back over the roof. He did not jump down after you. And Barrett, we're up to you. You have stepped outside of the house where you have just hidden Sarah. And there is Palyus. Looks like he is just coming up from that alley, if you will.
Okay. And where's the sad flute in relation to Palyus?
By the time you've come out, you no longer see the sad flute.
I'm gonna go run to Palyus and see if I can see him at all.
See the sad flute?
Yeah.
You can't see him from here.
Okay.
It's still your turn.
Are you bleeding? Bloody?
No. Still good.
I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Barrett has walked up to you, asked if you were bloodied. And it says okay.
Don't be a dick
From
about it.
back... I just want to change the music. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, I was confused.
From back in the town square, you hear a faint commotion. It sounds like somebody yelling out orders in Elven. Do either of you speak Elven?
No.
Where do I find that?
It would be on the bottom of your front page in the middle, where it says languages.
I got common and deep speech, no Elven.
Okay. I'm going to say that you guys at least understand the language enough that you could understand that it's Elven. You don't make out exactly what it says, but you see a whole bunch of those Unity Alliance soldiers start running up towards the stage, and from exactly where you are, you can't see the stage, but you know that it's over there when you see them running past. You could gather that it's just the 12-ish soldiers that were still here. The ones that had left with Achilles have not yet come back. So you see those 12-ish soldiers running towards the stage, and by the time you peek out to see what's going on, it looks like they are loading up in their covered wagons and are preparing to leave.
Well, then I speak to Barrett, and I tell him we need to hide. I feel like the illusion that my son has brought up, that'll hold him. You know, he knows the town. He'll be able to hide as well. He knows what he's doing. But we need to seek shelter so nobody else discovers our ruse.
Barrett.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Alright, you guys can both roll for stealth. Or if you guys are, I guess you didn't tell him where his wife is, but you guys could even hide out in that house.
That's probably a better idea. Follow me.
Will do. Ah, I got a 1.
Yeah!
Damn it.
16.
Plus 10, it's 11 total.
16.
If you roll a 1, just tell me you botch. That's all I need to know.
Fucking botch.
Alright, you guys are walking into the house. Barrett is being fairly quiet about it. You're kind of rustling, kicking up some dirt a little bit. Maybe that one damage you took from jumping off the roof, you actually sprained your ankle a bit. Who knows? But you're being a little sloppy about it. You're not blending in. You're awkwardly looking around.
I'm just gonna go.
You end up getting into...
Before we enter, can I change back into the halfling Palyus?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
As you open the door and you step in, the people that are in here have already heard you coming. And there's one woman in here who you know her name. She's also a halfling. And her name will be...
Suhaila.
Suhaila. Suhaila, she's a middle-aged woman. Once she sees you guys come in, she is already, like, over Sarah. And she sees you and Barrett come in. She's like, oh my god! Oh, Palyus, come in quick! Sarah, she's hurt! Oh my god! She has so much blood!
Can I heal at all?
She's stabilized.
She is stabilized. But she is still covered in blood. That's why she's freaking out.
Well, I'd like to sacrifice one of my health potions for my wife.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Which potion? A regular potion or a super potion?
I'm all out of super potions. I'll sacrifice one of my 4.
Convenient. Alright, you give her a regular potion, she will recover 10 hit points. You've sit her up. Well, actually, how are you going to administer this to her?
I lightly lift up her head and administer the potion directly into her gullet.
As you're pouring this potion into her mouth, and a little has dribbled down her lips, which are coated in a light, dry blood, her eyes open, and she looks up at you and coughs slightly as the potion goes into her mouth. Palyus. She finishes drinking the potion while she has both of her arms wrapped around your neck, and she starts sobbing. Oh, Palyus, thank you. Thank God you were here. And she's crying, and she tells you how much she loves you and how grateful she is to have you.
Oh, I love her too.
Which I won't roleplay for you, but she says all that. Where's Achilles? Is he okay?
He's currently disguised as one of the people in white. He cleverly locked out half the guard that had came in, but I'm sure he's fine. He knows his way around town.
We have to go get him. She tries to get up, and you see her legs buckle out under her, and she leans on you to support her weight. Oh.
Oh, whoa, take it easy, take it easy. You're okay now. Barrett and I will take care of business.
Bring our son home. Bring him back, Palyus.
Oh, good. I have no idea what happened to Achilles.
Are you telling her that?
No.
I have to ask. The woman, Suhaila, she, lays Sarah back down and covers her with like a little blanket and starts cleaning up some of her bandages already. We'll take care of her. You go look for your son. Bring him back. Bring him back to us.
I will. Barrett, let's go. Mac.
Mac comes running up to you, and he's following you. Barrett?
We gotta try and stealth our way between all these buildings. See if we can get a... Or if you could fly into the sky and get a bead on what's going on from up top.
Sure.
Is that what you're doing? You're flying up to look?
Yeah.
Okay. Most of these buildings in the Vishnin Shire aren't really even that tall. A lot of the homes are elevated maybe 5 feet on those stilts.
Yeah, but how tall am I? 5 feet? I mean, I could still
in
hide
halfway
behind the corner.
No, you can. You can roll stealth if you want, but for Barrett to fly up, it's not even that difficult. Let me just change the music, because this is dialogue good news, and I need to put it on this.
I just want to be style.
I know you do, because you're not used to ever messing up, and that's why you're not having fun anymore. Sorry to hear that. That's the game.
Don't be a douche about it. I just want to be Stein. I miss my scythe.
Barrett, when you fly into the air,
Just call me Stein.
looking down, you see the convoy of wagons that has now gone to the castle gate, and not the castle gate, I'm sorry, the town gate, and is opening it from the inside to leave. At this time, you also see that they are taking one soldier by force, who's also in the Unity Alliance garb. They're wrestling him up, they're throwing him in the back of a convoy, is what you see.
Is it obviously Achilles?
It's still about 150 feet away, so you can't make it out entirely, but you can make a perception check just to try to confirm.
17?
I'm going to say that you can't, from this distance, you can't exactly tell exactly if it is him, but the structure is similar, the hair color is similar, and they're taking him by force, so you could gather that it might be...
And is this convoy a wagon?
There are 6 covered wagons.
Covered with what?
Like a canvas.
A canvas?
A white canvas.
I'm gonna make note of which canvas top this is.
Okay. We'll say that it is the second one.
The second one?
That is putting him in it.
Are they going yet?
They're going.
And it's a convoy, but is there, like, walking guards on either side?
No. The few that are there are on horseback, and they look like they're taking off at a speed.
I want to try and fly into that covered wagon, preferably on top.
You are still approximately 150 feet away,
That's lucky for me, my speed's 9.
which will allow you 45 feet.
I'm still gonna try and do it.
Okay. We'll say that it's quicker for you to go across the buildings than it is for you to go through the streets. So we'll say that you could roll for acrobatics. Just make sure you're able to balance and everything in a way. Barrett, by the way...
23.
Barrett has flown up to get a grasp of the situation, and while in the air, has taken off in a direction without saying anything to you.
In a tight spot.
What?
We're in a tight spot. What was your total roll?
20 something.
Okay.
23.
Was it 23?
Yeah.
You're flying to try to catch up, and it does look like that they are gaining slight distance from you. You do not feel like you will be able to catch up to these wagons.
What if I dive bombed? Would I gain any speed by velocity alone?
We're gonna say that every time that you pick up, because you have to land every time. Every time that you dive back down, you're already doing that.
Ah.
And you still feel like it's pulling away from you.
Are there any guards left behind that we could beat up and figure out where they're going?
It looks like all of the guards had loaded up on the convoys just from where you are. One thing that you actually see where you still are, just from your passive perception, you do see the sad flute man standing on the stage, and he is crouched over the body of John Milton. And you can't see exactly what he's doing, but it looks like he's writing something on John Milton's back.
Oh, dear God. Who knows what the hell he's doing?
And then you see him stand up, and he walks off behind a building, and just casually strolls.
He's still doing fine. I can't run that fast. Have all the townspeople like found their way into houses and whatnot? Can I recruit some people?
Most of them. And you actually just ran into, Suhaila. And there was also a man in there. Give me a man-halfling's name that you know of.
Aquinas.
Just gonna roll quick for Aquinas to see what kind of trait he might have. Alright. He is known, and you maybe have had military training with him at one point while you were in the guard. But Aquinas, you already know, even though he's very brave, he is not very capable. But there is still no fight that he would run away from. Except, obviously, this one. And he was in that house with Sarah.
Alright, I look him dead in the eye and I'm like, look, we have to go after my son. Barrett's already flown off to try and see what he can do. Let us move out of town post-haste.
Well, what makes you think there's even something wrong with your son? Maybe he's fine.
As far as I know, they threw him in the back of a wagon. They're taking my son away.
You don't know that. Barrett actually never told you. He just took off.
Okay,
flying.
right.
What, you want me to help you look for him? I'll help you look for him. He's probably fine. He's a tough kid. You know kids. I think the only real tragedy here is John Milton. Great man.
So the man in black already sort of just walked away, doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Aquinas and I go and investigate John Milton.
Okay. Let me just change the music again. When you approach John Milton's corpse, I'm sorry, he wasn't riding on his back, he was riding on his stomach, because he was laying on his back with his head partially cocked off the stage. You could see that the dagger has been removed from his temple, and it is now laying next to his body, and engraved in the flesh of his chest and his stomach. You see, we will return in 5 days. And impaled, sorry, it wasn't laying there. Impaled beneath the dagger is the picture of Regdar and Moneth. And then written in Milton's blood says, "Have them ready."
Do I have any sort of foreknowledge as to where Regdar and Moneth? Like, have they been in town recently, or is it just like, I don't even know where these people are?
You have no idea who they are, where they are, and it's just whoever the Unity Alliance or the Sad Flutes is after.
Well then, Aquinas and I start marching out of town to catch up with Barrett.
Okay. I'm gonna say...
And I whistle to Mac. I'm like, Mac, we need you.
He barks. Riff! and he keeps chasing after you. His tail's wagging a little bit. He looks thirsty. His tongue's out of his mouth.
Yeah. And we're at a full clip. Is there any way I can make us run faster, or?
You guys could be at an all-out sprint. I mean, if you feel like you need to be.
Yeah, we gotta catch up. Who knows what's gonna happen to Barrett?
Okay. Barrett, I'm gonna say that you've reached the gate by the time you have
We gotta have a sit down.
You have caught up to you're at the main gate, and you see that the gate is wide open, and Barrett is standing in the opening of the gate, pretty much looking out over the fields.
Do I have any
Missing
sort
the
of
cows.
future religion? Do I have any sort of religion or faith that I could use to thank Barrett for everything that he's done?
That's up to you. I mean, there's a lot of deities in D&D that, you could look through and see if you want to actually have your character worship one. But for right now, you could just say that you're praying to something.
Yeah, we reached Barrett, and I thank him for all of his efforts saving my wife and attempting to save my son.
Well, you don't know if anything even happened to your son yet. He might be fine.
That's right, yeah. Well, I mean, she ran in his direction when last I knew.
Are you going to tell him anything?
I think they have your son in a covered wagon. That way.
Well, these bastards from the the city of Looming Shadow, they must be heading back to their homestead. So maybe we should head to what's it called? The Dundale Trading Post, and talk to some people, see if they heard anything.
Sounds good.
One thing that I do also want to let you know, just so you can make a note of it if you haven't already, is that they said that they were going to return in 5 days. So whatever that means to you. That was really the only note they had left behind.
Maybe we should stay here and fortify the city. And
Bro, what
prepare.
about your precious son?
Yeah, but well, did you see him kill my son, or
No,
what happened to him?
They took him hostage forcefully.
But they didn't kill him.
No, but they have him.
He's a stout boy.
You're an interesting dad. You're
Yeah.
all about my son, and now it's just like, oh no, he's good.
Well, I mean, hope is a little thin right now, and they're coming back in 5 days. If they're gonna come back, they're probably gonna bring him with.
But do you know that for sure?
I don't.
Huh.
It's either we gather the townspeople in force and bring them on an all-out war path to try and find my son, or we wait for them to return and we fortify this place.
Well, you guys
What do you think, Barrett?
You guys got to work that out.
Your town, your call. I already kind of told you what I feel. No drinking there, motherfucker. I drank it all.
But Barrett would be willing to help.
Barrett would be willing to help.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Barrett's a nice guy.
I try.
Barrett's awesome people.
I told you I was trying to be more monk-like.
I could see that. I didn't think that you were going to take the monk-like part so seriously.
I told you I was gonna. Which one do you want?
Make a decision.
Okay.
For once in your life.
Roll a dice.
Jerk.
I'd say that for right now, you guys are standing in this gate, and it's really just about sunset. You're welcome. The sun is going down. It's really becoming twilight at this point. And you have totally lost sight of these carriages altogether. So it's entirely up to you guys how you want to, if you want to pursue them or stay back. In either case, at this point, you hear the townspeople starting to rebuild the few things that might have been broken, maybe a door kicked down. You hear the gravedigger digging in the cemetery, which is located on the outskirts near this gate. So,
I'm gonna go rush to that guy.
the gravedigger?
Yeah.
Okay. A little old man halfling name. What do you got for him? The gravedigger of the Vishnin Shire.
What's the gravedigger's name from The Legend of Zelda? Damn it. It starts with a G. Gampy.
Gampy?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a skinny, old halfling, mostly withered. He's digging in this rugged little cemetery that has these small tombstones. The grave sites are fairly close to one another. And for the most part, being as it's a peaceful place, you could gather that most of the deaths here are fairly natural, so it's not like they have a large quantity of dead. But you run in, and you see that little halfling there, and he's just digging away. He's about 4 feet down of his 6-foot hole.
I jump in and start helping him.
No, I was gonna help first.
Well, Barrett would have gotten there first, because he took off towards the gravedigger for some reason.
I was helping first.
Barrett, you get there, and he's
fucker.
in the hole, he's digging.
I'm gonna help dig.
What are you doing?
I'm helping digging.
I don't need any help.
I want to help dig.
Once you're close, you can see that he's been crying.
I'm gonna give him a hug. I'm gonna help him dig.
You don't touch me.
I'm gonna wipe the tears from his face.
He's gonna swing at your shin with the shovel lightly. And miss.
I'm gonna stroke his head like it's okay.
John Milton was a great man.
I know.
He was a great leader.
I know.
You don't know.
I know.
You don't even know. You're not even from around here.
That doesn't mean I can't sense a good soul. I'm gonna
I've
continue.
been digging graves since John Milton's grandfather. I dug his grandfather's grave. I dug his father's grave. And I never thought I'd live long enough to be digging his grave. This isn't right.
I know.
This isn't right.
I'm gonna give him a hug again.
This time he lets you hug him and drops his shovel.
Aww.
Let me change this music up.
I feel confused. I don't know what's going on.
This isn't the way it was supposed to be. Who's gonna run the Vishnin Shire now?
I know this guy named Palyus. He's a pretty cool dude.
Palyus?
Yep.
My God, Palyus. He wipes his tears off his face. Palyus was great in the academy. He was a natural leader.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You think he'd be willing to do
I
that?
don't know. You should go ask him.
You're there. You heard all that. He just didn't notice you.
Josh, are you a little
Yeah,
misty-eyed?
Say what?
Is it you a little misty-eyed?
Yeah. I'm a little misty-eyed. And as I approach the grave, I look at Barrett, and I look at Gampy. I say I'm sorry. I brought this woe upon our land.
It wasn't you, Palyus. He starts climbing out of the hole. You didn't do this.
I'm gonna start digging.
This was bad people doing bad things. You didn't bring this evil upon us. You're a good man, Palyus. He puts his hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, but if I was here, if I had seen the wagons coming, if I wasn't out of town, we could have set up some sort of fortifications and never allowed them even in the walls.
That's not true. We didn't know they were coming. If you were here, I might be digging another grave. 'Cause you would have been fighting the whole time. You're a natural leader, Palyus. We need you alive. Someone has to take charge of the Vishnin Shire. And with Milton gone, with John gone, I think that it should be you.
I look him dead in the eyes and give him a slight nod in recognition. And at the same time, I ask him, I was like, well, you're one of the oldest people in this town. What do you know of the people who just attacked us?
I've never really left the Vishnin Shire much. The man in black, I know he's a member of the Sad Trumpets or something. Some group of killers. Cold-blooded killers. But the men in white, from time to time they come around these parts, trading goods, but never in such force. This time they were looking for something. They were looking for those men, and they were looking for what Ardius found. The relic. Something.
Did he hear anything about Ardius' adventure before Ardius went out and was killed?
I'd say if you asked him, he would tell you that he only really knew Ardius found a relic and got money for it. He doesn't really know that it's significant in any way. He doesn't know it's Thralstay, because he doesn't really care about that. But he would have known that the guy found something and got money. Like, a lot of money.
Well, there was a note left on John's body. These people will come back in 5 days. And they have my son.
They have Achilles?
Yes.
My God. By the Maker. Oh my God. He starts doing all sorts of religious gestures. Oh, help him. Help that child. He's a great warrior. Palyus, I don't want you to worry about Achilles. He can hold his own. We'll be strong enough for him right here. Again, his shaky hand on your shoulder.
I clasp his shoulder and I again nod in recognition. Unable to speak.
I'm gonna finish digging here. You could roll for athletics, by the way, for digging this hole. I'm gonna finish digging this here grave. And I'm gonna organize a town meeting over who should be taking charge of the Vishnin Shire.
30.
You have finished digging the grave by the time he was done speaking with Palyus. Son, let me have that there shovel so I can... Oh my God, you did. You finished it.
Have you done this before?
You been digging graves long, boy?
I've been known to dig a few holes in my day.
Is that really what you said?
How do you think I lost these fingers?
Corn picker.
Corn picker?
You know what corn picker is?
I ain't seen no corn picker.
It's a machine that picks corn.
Wow. Oh, that would be
I now
much
count
easier.
my eights.
Right now, we have to send the children out to do it. Sometimes
Don't-
they get lost
don't-
and wander
hey!
off. What?
Don't you let the children pick the corn. It's how I lost the 2 fingers.
Oh my God,
I was
that's
16.
nasty.
I was 16 when I lost these fingers.
That looks nasty.
You want to touch it?
He reaches out and touches it. That feels as gross as it looks. I feel the bone moving beneath the skin, but there's no skin there. I'm gonna go prepare Mr. Milton, and I'll meet you at the town square tonight.
I'll see you there.
Okay. What, are you shaking his hand with your nub? He shakes your hand. This is so gross.
By the way, we made fun of Rama one of the dudes from my region who didn't reach out and shake his hand because he was so afraid of shaking a unformed hand. Do you remember that?
Who didn't shake his hand, Rama?
Yeah, he went up because you're supposed to shake all the different instructors' hands.
I
And
know.
He reached out.
I was there.
He grabbed the fingers and not his hand.
I didn't even catch that.
Oh, it was. Barry was just like, "Shake my hand now, son." Oh, it was awesome. You didn't catch that?
I did not catch that.
Other than my Soul Survivor thing, that got the biggest laugh.
By the way, that was the talk in the car. On the ride,
Really?
on the ride to the airport, all of us in that little minivan thing, talk to the van. He literally went like this because they went Alaska. He goes, "The Soul Survivor," and just walks fucking down the stage.
That's nice.
Oh, so funny.
Fucking Ken. Anyways, back to the game. We get to rest, right? We can.
Yeah, you guys could take a short rest, so you could spend healing surges to regain hit points.
Where am I at? Healing surges. I used one yesterday, so I'm down to 9.
Technically, yesterday doesn't count,
You
right?
guys didn't sleep since then.
Bullshit.
Because you guys had just gotten out of the cave.
Bullshit.
All you did was get out of the cave.
No. New day. No.
No. You did
No.
not take
Whoa,
an
wait,
extended
so-
rest.
If we sleep through the night, does that replenish all of our hit points?
All your hit points, all your healing surges, and all of your daily and encounter power. Which
Well, then I don't wanna waste a surge if I'm just gonna fall asleep that night and regain all that stuff.
yeah, but you don't know.
Your
You don't know.
surges come back too.
You don't know if you're. Yeah, your surges do come back, but you don't know if you're going to be sleeping before something else might
Oh.
happen.
Ooh,
You know
good
what I
point. Good point. Well then I will
Get her done, Josh.
So you should spend some surges and have a Snickers, you know?
Snickers satisfies.
Yeah, every time.
I use 2 surges.
Cutie.
So that puts me on
Nice little feet you got here.
I know, my feeties go.
It is now approximately 10 p.m. and you could see it
10:30.
gathering in game.
There you go, Nana.
All right, well this is the last part. Approximately, actually, you know what? We'll make it 10:30 p.m. The people are gathering in the town square. There's a whole bunch of
It's exactly 10:30 p.m. where you are in that.
There's a whole bunch of large fire pits going. The town square is well illuminated, and standing up on stage are, we'll say that there's a couple of town elders. One of them is Miss Milton, Gampy, who is one of the elders only because he's been here so long. He normally doesn't even attend meetings, and this one he's actually hosting. And
Right, he seems like a person who has his own hut outside of town.
yeah, he doesn't really like the people, but he, as much as he's around death, he loves to be around life. So, like, he might come to these things and hang out on the outskirts just to watch people, but he doesn't participate. And I need the name of one more elder.
Male or female?
Let's go with, a male.
Lucifer.
His name is Lucifer.
Hmm.
I always thought that name was really pretty.
Did you say that because I said that? Or is that something you made up just now?
What, Lucifer?
Yeah.
No, ever since I read Paradise Lost, the
fucked up.
person who wrote Paradise
fucked
Lost,
up.
his name was John Milton.
No
so that's
joke?
where I got that name from.
Josh, I just said Lucifer.
You guys both just said Lucifer at the same time. Oh my god, this is messed up. Alright.
This kid's in my head too much.
So, the male Lucifer, who's one of the elders here, we're going to say that he is actually normally in charge of training and of the armed guard that's here. So for him, this whole attack of this gang was
That just happened.
It blew my mind a little bit.
that was pretty weird. And of all the names, it had to be Lucifer. Like, of all the things, whatever.
Just shows you our relationship, Mike.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm already kind of in the mode of Paradise Lost, John Milton and whatnot. So
For Lucifer, this was actually an incredible loss for him to have this attack happen in the home ground, for their leader to be killed, and then for all of them to just waltz out. So, Lucifer is not a very happy or proud man at this event. So on the stage, there are 3 chairs, and you see Lucifer dressed in his full military... Oh,
Does he have elegant blonde hair?
Long, flowing, elegant blonde hair.
absolutely.
And he actually wears a heavy black plate mail.
I feel like he should be an elf.
He's got to be halfling.
How about a half elf? Does it have to be a halfling?
He should be, as the elder of this place. He's either halfling or a gnome.
Okay, never mind.
He's sired many children in this town.
He's definitely, like, renowned for his combat prowess. You guys didn't even see him when all this had gone down, so he may not have even been in town at that time. But essentially, you guys get there just as the event is starting, and Lucifer does get up, and he gives a speech just commemorating John Milton and all of his great achievements as leader and his importance to the Vishnin Shire. And then he says how he was actually out on, like, a scouting mission, going to check out for the caves and going into the woods of the wilds with some of the new trainees, just to give them some tracking experience, and that's why he couldn't be there. And he actually starts to tear up a little bit while he's speaking, because he feels like this was the time where he was needed the most, and he was not here. After his speech, nobody claps, nobody says anything. And you guys could gather that a lot of the people in the crowd are probably a little resentful that he wasn't there. Miss Milton gets up, and you could see that she's been crying profusely. And it's difficult for her to even speak, and she talks about how much she is going to miss John, not just as a leader, or a partner, or a lover, but as a friend. And she says that no one will be able to take his place in any way, and that no one will be able to do the things he has been able to do, and he is irreplaceable, and that Vishnin Shire is a lesser place without him. You could see that she's definitely broken. Gampy steps up, fairly unfazed, because he's already had his good cry. He steps up, and he gives, again, more beautiful words about John Milton. And then he continues, "No man can replace John Milton. But we need a leader. We need someone to replace John Milton. Maybe no one will fill his large halfling shoes. It's a big task for any man to be asked to take, and I doubt any one of you would step up to volunteer. I think that the man most qualified, the man most worthy to lead the Vishnin Shire against these attackers in 5 days is none other than our own Palyus." And everybody turns to look at you. The whole crowd is now facing you as Gampy is pointing at you.
Well, at that point, I march steadfastly up to the stage and make my way up to the stage. I give John's wife a big hug. I tell her how sorry I am about his death, and then I shake Gampy's hand for the introduction, and I proceed to give a little speech.
Are you're not saying anything to Lucifer?
Well, I kind of
Should
have
have
the
been there,
same...
pussy.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything to Lucifer. I just give him the, I make eye contact with him, questioning his intentions.
Okay.
Like, I'm already kind of, like, I'm wary of Lucifer, because he is the fallen son of God and whatnot, so... It's like, well, I don't know. But I turn around, look at the crowd. I was just like, these indeed are large shoes to fill. And I scarcely feel like I'm the person to fill them. But these people took away my son. And there's nothing more that I want than that this town, this city to survive. I look back at all of our hardships, everything we've gone through, and I know that we can make it happen together. Everybody's been trained. Everybody knows what they need to do. And if you have any questions, we can hash this out. But we need to prepare for the next 5 days. Day in, day out, we need to fortify this area. We need to practice our sword training. We need to do everything we need to do so when these people arrive, they know that Vishnin Shire is not anybody to fuck with.
Oh, damn.
Got a little bit of goosebumps right now.
You hear what starts off as a slow...
I don't actually laugh.
Barrett was the first one clapping. First one clapping.
And you hear Mac howling. Everybody seems completely on board with you taking over. And Gampy comes up and shakes your hand. Miss Milton comes up and she gives you another hug. And Lucifer comes up and gives you a little bow. You have a new title here in the Vishnin Shire. You are... What's a good title for this? Nikki? A good title?
Champion.
You are the champion of Vishnin Shire.
I bow respectfully to the crowd and to the elders.
Miss Milton requests that you take a knee.
I take a knee.
Okay. What kind of weapon do you use?
Two-handed great axe.
Okay. She goes behind... Oh, she asks you to hold on a minute. She runs to her house, which was a few doors down, and she comes back with a cloth wrapped in something large. She takes off the cloth, and it is this beautifully crafted, silver-bladed great axe with a titanium handle encrusted with small gems, and it has the symbol, which you could draw whatever you want it to look like, but it has the symbol of the Vishnin Shire, pretty much.
Oh, it's a Triforce.
Triforce? Okay.
Fuck yeah, it is.
It has the Triforce symbol largely on each part of this blade. This weapon is actually a +4 weapon, which really means that you're gonna get... Where's this character sheet?
Right there.
So on your attack rolls, where you normally get 15, you're now gonna get 17.
You mean 19?
No, because you already had +2.
Oh, okay. 17.
And for your damage, where you do 1d12 plus 15, it's now going to be 1d12 plus 17.
Ooh!
Okay.
Just got a new toy.
And after she uncovers it, she places each side of this great axe on your shoulder, and says, "Rise, champion of the Vishnin Shire," and hands you the axe. And there's another slow clap. And we'll stop there for the night. Congratulations, champion of the Vishnin Shire.
I give the whole crowd one of these.
At the record show, he's shaking each fist on either side of his face.
This is Season 4, Episode 9, Session number 31.6, named champion of the Vishnin Shire. Nice job. I'm surprised you both survived. Good job.
I am very surprised I survived. That black dude, the dude dressed in black, holy shit.
that black dude, bro.
Yeah. Those negras. Who knew?
So what do you guys think? Was that everything that you expected it to be?
Everything and more. That was a lot of fun. Holy shit.
Barrett?
Yeah.
Barrett. Well done. You're falling into the whole monk role very well.
You actually did really kind of step into those shoes.
I am a great actress.
Although you did kind of kill Sarah and then bring her back.
I felt really bad. I didn't mean to fucking fall on her.
There were prayers offered.
There were, and there was some grace bestowed and mercy granted, yes. I was just like, this is going to be so sad if this is really how Sarah dies. If she gets thrown into a building from somewhere trying to rescue her, falls 3 stories, and then that same person falls on top of her. She made it. She made it. It's all good.
She fucking dies now. I want to fucking rage on everybody.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good.
Barrett's gonna
Save
turn
that
to
for the
stun somehow.
battle.
Maybe it won't even be a battle. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe they'll just come in and be like, hey, our bad. Here's your son back.
Yeah, because that's how this game rolls.
Maybe.
That's how this DM rolls.
Sometimes.
Oh, no, not really.
End recording.